I want you guys to imagine there's a giant clock face right in front of you this way, okay? And I want you to think your arms is the clock's arms, not the club, okay? Not the club, it's your arms. Pitching mostly is going to be around 9 to 3.
여러분 안녕하십니까, 제키입니다. 싱하 퍼포먼스 센터라고 있어요. 여기는 태국 싱하 소속 프로들만 시설을 이용할 수가 있고요. 들어가 보겠습니다. 땡모 비행기입니다. 비행기. 자, 땡모프로님 옆으로 비행기가 지나가고 있습니다. Hello, Pro Tangmo. Long time no see.
Long time no see, yes.
Right? How have you been?
I've been busy also.
Teaching, right?
Teaching, yes. And playing with my students as well. See, just down the plane. Welcome to Thailand.
Yes.
We are open.
What is all about the beautiful place?
This one is a Singha Performance Center. They are having their own academy as well. And they allow the Singha players to be able to practice here with a little bit less of spendings. Short game, long game, also putting short, like really short game.
와, 퍼팅 그린까지.
Normally here there's a lot of people, but then right now they're having a tournament, most of them.
Thank you. So what about it? This is about approach?
Yeah, the approach shot, which is the approach pitch shots. I think we bushnell just now, 40, 50, and 60, 65, and the end is 90.
맨 뒤에가 90입니다. So last one is 90 yard, right?
Yes, 90 yard. Because it's interesting, right? Most of the par 5 or the long par 4, or maybe sometime you miss your first shot, your driver shot, or you hit your iron shot, your approach shots, right? This is what you're gonna end up with. This kind of distance for pros, you see they have even specific place for us to practice these approach shots. You see how important that is? They kind of like highlight us as well for us to really practice on just the half swing shots, because it's actually is one of the money making shots for us. Yes. Say if you can just knock it every time 40, 50, 60 yard like this much, or one putter or one driver, there's a lot more chance for you to birdie.
Yes. So today let's learn about that.
Yes.
No more fear.
Yeah. I'm gonna explain you guys the principles of approaching and maybe give you guys some techniques, how to practice it, how to control the distance, and how to control the height.
That's everything.
Yeah, that's everything. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Okay? So first thing first, many of you guys may ask, what is the difference of chipping and pitching? Chipping shot is more into around the green, and pitching shot is where a little bit longer, further from the greens, and you want the ball to be longer in the air and land it closer to the pin and has a little bit bite and more spins, and the ball will stop a little bit earlier. But for the chipping shots, you may want to play like chip and run. The ball will roll a little bit more, that kind of thing. Mostly they're going to design the course to have some objects in front.
Yeah, yes,
Trapped, you guys, right?
Yes.
Yes, and most of the time we're going to end up that way. We're gonna end up behind the bunkers, and we have to kind of get the ball out over the bunker, land it on the green. In the tournaments, they always, I don't know why, make it difficult, yes. The first one, I'm going to show you guys the 40 yards first. 40 yards? Yeah, the 40 yards one. And also the principle for it is pretty much the same, because the way we control the distance is also, we're gonna use like one system, which I'm gonna review later. As you can see here, my divots, it's not so deep. It's not like digging, scooping deep. It's not supposed to be very digging down deep. It's more like a brushing the grass off a little bit.
약간 이렇게 쓸려서 조금 떠인 느낌이고요. 이렇게 막 다운블로우로 박힌 느낌은 아닙니다.
Yes. And also here, the grass here is quite challenging. So you see the turf is very sandy, and the grass really thin. So it's quite tough. This one, if you make a little bit mistakes, which I may show you guys a little bit because I haven't been practicing as well. I may hit a little bit behind, but the result will shows a lot because of the condition of the grass. A lot of you guys know already the chipping shot, pitching shots. You have to stand slightly open, right?
Yes.
The left foot a little bit lower. Did anybody tell you why?
No, just do it.
Yeah, like they just tell you, just do it.
Textbook, yes, yes.
Okay, let me explain first the benefits of open stance right here. After you set up the ball and you slightly open the stance, the left foot is slightly lower than your right foot, correct?
Yes.
Okay, which also going to make your hips alignments and your thighs alignments here slightly open as well. It doesn't matter chipping or pitching, because our chipping and pitching is a really small swing. We just do like half swing or maybe 3/4 swing. We don't want to have the lower body movements for so much, otherwise it's going to kind of jeopardize the shots. We want to kind of stay the lower body as quiet as possible. So for us to be easier to do that, we just kind of pre-open into your impact position. So this one is going already like half rotate, so you don't have to add so much movements on your lower body. Like let's say this is my neutral stance. It's just gonna be like a ball lower on my left foot or your lead foot. Okay, then from here, do not align your hip back, okay? Let the hips align with your feet. So it's the same line with my feet, same line goes to my hips. And also my upper body will align back towards the target line. Yes. Another problem that I got questions a lot, where should we put the ball? Should we put it in front, middle, or back? A lot of people will back, put it on the back side, so you get the attack angle better, right? Thing is, if you guys put the ball too far back here, as you can see, you're going to boom, hit down quite a lot. It's going to be a lot steeper, which is fine if you want to play a little bit lower ball. Okay, right here. Bam. Too low. And that is sometimes kind of cause you guys some mistakes with your hands kind of scooping down too much, too far, and then you're going to hit the ground first. The ground will also come into play, which we don't want that one. I will recommend you guys to put the ball right in the center.
Center?
Yes, the ball central position. Upper body right here. I see a lot of people as well, they are tilt behind here. Right? They are tilting the shoulder and the spine behind. Do you know why?
Why?
What you feel?
They want high ball.
Correct. Your hip is already open here. And if you are tilting your shoulder behind, I'm going to hit down a lot towards the ground.
Yes.
Let's say you keep hitting, duffing behind here already. Your body are smart enough. They're going to adjust and then try to scoop it up. And what's the next problem? Topping. You're going to top the ball with your hand casting right here. The leading edge is going to hit right at half of the ball. That's how our body works, you know, sometimes when you play golf too much. I would recommend maybe 60% only.
Weight?
Yeah, the weight.
60-40?
60-40 to the front side, because we already have slightly open hips anyway. Okay, so it's just 60-40 right here, and try to maintain this weight throughout the whole swing. Okay, and another trick as well, this one is very important. I want you guys to feel that you are tucking in your armpits, both of them. Okay, tucking in almost like our first lesson, slightly tucking in here, slightly outward rotation on your top of the arms here, and then give a little bit extra squeeze onto your armpit, both of them. In this way, you're going to connect your arms with your body a lot better. Okay?
양쪽 겨드랑이를 약간 조이는 느낌을 가지라고 합니다.
Yes, you will eliminate a lot of uses of hands because you are using a lot more body rotations. The second one, I want you to kind of intend to, in your head, try not to intend to hit high. I want you guys to feel like you want to hit slightly steeper and a little bit inwards. Okay? Your follow through would not be straight to the target line. It's going to be slightly inside of your target line.
Outside in?
Slightly outside in.
Little bit.
I would say straight in.
Straight in.
Yes, because our movements not so much anymore. It's just like half of the swing, right? Our body is already slightly open, so our backswing would be most likely going to be straight up. So when you got a really nice straight up backswing right here already, just use your shoulder rotation and the arm body rotation, yes. Maintain your weight in front already. Just turn it back down. And then make sure your body is still aligned on top in the central position. Right here. And then from here, the intention, another intention is to slightly hit it inward of your top. In this way, you're going to allow the club to kind of create the spin. You're going to hit slightly in front. All of my wedges, you can see the marks. Mostly I hit my wedges around here, right in front here, because this is my 58 and I use my 58 a lot. When you're hitting a little slightly out to in, you're going to strike the ball towards the toe. Then from here, you're going to create a lot of spins from there, a lot of friction from the ball dimples and the groove on the club face.
Cool.
Another thing as well, very important, is the club selection. I'm pretty sure you guys have a few of wedges in your hands, right? In your bag. 58, 54, and 48. Okay, so I'm gonna use a lot of my 58 because I like to play a little bit of the high balls. Yeah, club selections also depends on what kind of condition is the ball at, what kind of ball flies you want to play on that shot. Okay. Like for the short one, 30, 40 yards, I recommend to use a little bit higher loft so you can get the ball in the air. Also, with the higher loft, 58 or 60, I don't really recommend the beginners to hit full swing with it. The reason is because the second you feel like you want to hit full swing, you're going to add a lot of speed. Speed equals height. So the ball is going to add a lot more back spins and you tend to shorten that shot most of the time. 60 degrees in your hands and you want to hit like 65, 70 yards and you hit full swing with it, the balls ended up like 40 yards. Yes, because it's too much speed, too much effort. The club, it just creates too much backspin to the ball. The ball doesn't fly as much. So I will recommend you guys to get a little bit shorter, less loft, like 54. Sandwich or a wedge, just play slightly like a half swing punch shots.
Okay.
That will be more accurate. If you're hitting the techniques that I give you correctly, slightly down below, the attack angle is like three quarters of the ball, a little bit of the brushing to the grass, slightly from out to in, you're going to create a lot of spin, but also low ball flight.
Low and spin.
Yes, low and spin. Okay.
That's the pro.
Yes, that's the pro.
Yeah.
And for us to kind of want to get over an objective or something, like a little bit higher, lifted up green, we're going to add slightly more speed onto that shot to create even more kind of like down deeper underblow. To send up the ball higher, to kind of like the attack angle of the club slightly harder, right? So the ball is just gonna punch up higher. So that's how I kind of control our height from there. So we don't want to kind of like compress too much as well. So the differences is the normal shots are slightly lower shots, okay, with a little bit really good spins. On the impact, you're gonna see a lot of shaft lean forward right here. Okay, the shaft will be lean forward. This is the difference. If you want to get into the ball a little bit higher, it might be slightly. It is actually not slightly, a lot more difficult.
Which one is easier?
The normal down blown. I would say that is more
straight
accurate.
Inside, right?
Straight inside.
Okay.
But this one, the path will be the same, it's straight and inside, but we are going to adjust the shaft, lean forward and backward. Almost like stops the hands earlier. As you can see here, the shaft doesn't lean as much forward as the normal shots. It's going to kind of like under it, right here. In this way, you're going to add a little bit more onto your loft face. The ball is just gonna keep going up. My poor aiming. Gosh. What I do different on my higher ball flight, I do hit a little bit more speed than the normal shots. And I a little bit kind of stop the hands earlier to kind of control my shaft, not to lean forward so much. And then let the bounce and the club face do the work.
So club face a little bit open? Like bunker?
Doesn't have to, but if you want the ball even higher, you can slightly open also. But don't forget, the ball will go slightly shorter, so you want to hit a little bit harder as well, or a little bit bigger backswing.
Okay.
To the most exciting part.
Okay, what is it?
Distance control.
Oh. 자, 여러분 드디어 이제 셋업이랑 이런 거 다 끝났고.
I want you to imagine there's a clock, big giant clock right in front of your face, right here. And right at the ball is 6 o'clock. And then you're going backswing right here. Okay, your arm is the clock's arm, not your club, okay? It's the arm. I want you to control by your arms. P2 position will be 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and 12 o'clock. Okay, of course, coming down from here after impact, 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 3, 2, 1. 8 o'clock here, 9 o'clock here. So 9 o'clock, the arm will be parallel to the ground, right? Then 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Follow through. 5 o'clock, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Hand direction, right?
Yes.
Club, not the clubs?
Not the club.
Oh, okay.
So the hand will be the club arms. Pitching mostly is going to be around 9 to 3. I'm 54. I like to play around 65, 70, 75 to 80. Not more than that. Third target is 65. Yeah? So my 65 would be around 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock.
10 to 2.
Yes, 10 to 2. So I want you guys to practice each shot. Remember that, okay? Each shot. And you want to mark yourself 9 to 3. And how far did it go for your 9 to 3? 10 to 2. How far did it go for each ball, each club? And then 11 to 1. How far did it go for that club? Okay, and then from there you can kind of like note it in your notebook, so you have an idea of how far that club.
But we have to know 3 clubs, different outcome.
Yes, correct. You have to, no matter what. If you want to be good at it, if you want to kind of like nail it every time, you need to know exactly how far your club can go with this amount of backswing.
How about just beginner who use the standard one, the sand wedge? He or she just have to know 3 things, right?
Yes.
9 to 3, 10 to 2, 11, 1.
Correct. You still have to know the distance from there. Then from there you can even break it 9:30, 10:30, 11:30. The rhythm also, I want you to keep it really same rhythm.
Like most beginner, they use the standard club, right? Like a sand wedge to approach or chipping.
Yeah.
They use only 1 club. They need only 3 drills, right? 10 to 9 to
10.
3.
Oh, sorry. 9 to 3. Okay. 10 to 2. 11 to 1. Maybe some of the club, the standard club you bought, they will give you S and A. So the A is about from 52 degrees. And the S is about 56 degrees. So it's already differences.
50야드를 먼저 기준으로 두고 플러스 마이너스로 네, 그렇게 조절을 하시면 좋을 것 같고요. So they just measure like 50 yards in the standard and plus minus
Yes,
they can
correct.
practice, right?
Yes. If you have your S, your sandwich, right, and your backswing is about 9 to 3, that will be approximately 50 yards. So 10 to 2, that will be 60 yards. 11 to 1 will be 70 yards. With
How
your
about the
normal sandwich.
topping? Topping?
No. If topping, we will just go a little bit further. Try not to
100.
play so fancy. This kind of shots, you want to be really stable, right? You want to be really precise and get the ball closer to the pin as possible. So you don't want to be so fancy about it. You just want to be like really easy and just get the ball closer to the pin as possible. As easy as possible. For me, you have to practice.
Thank you for today, Pro Tangmo.
Thank you very much. Don't forget to do drills and practice a lot.
Okay.
See you guys again soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.